Ugh, yikers. Yikes. All right, I'm ready. Toxic. Toxic.
If you have some friends that are prudes that are like, you should never kiss on the first date. You're going to give them the wrong impression and they're just going to think you're a whore. Okay, maybe for you, Cassandra, but I'm about to let him in my back door on night two.
Okay, there's a difference between saying kissing on the first date is weird, which I think is, to me, I think that's weird to say to someone, but then saying you're gonna get plowed in the butt in the next breath, I think that's too far, bro. I know. It's gonna sound so prudish, but like on the first fucking date? Hello? What?
$60 million. That's how much this woman gets paid to tell single women to be degenerates. Oh, and she's married, by the way.
We should ask her husband if she let him do it on the first date, let her do butthole stuff. Alana, you in the wrong job? I don't think so. I don't want to make $60 million. I don't even know what the fuck I'd do with $60 million. Donate to, like, a Big Mac charity fund for men. I don't know. Like, what the fuck? Be rich? What's the point, though? That's what I always say.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. And today, I do mean that less than figuratively, because I am sure that if I died and went to hell, they would put me in the same room as Alex Cooper, and I would have to sit there and listen to her engage in stupid conversations like this.
So I get in, I watch.
We have seen her. I knew it. Call her daddy. That was it.
My Pikachu, I wash my asshole, and I wash my underarms. And which has been hard lately because I can't lift my right shoulder. So getting under this armpit, I can actually smell it right now. It's not, and I never smell.
You smell amazing and you look amazing. I'm going to be honest, I do the same thing.
Truly.
What? Does your arm hurt? Did you break your arm? What?
Riveting. No, not the clip. I'm genuinely sitting here thinking about ramming a rivet into my temple. Alex Cooper is the-
I'm so confused. Why can't she wash her arm? I'm gonna be honest. You could probably lay your arm flat and then kind of dig in with like a soap bar into your like fat fold. And I'm not calling her fat, but like just... Does that not make any sense? Like you can't. Like you can stick a soap bar under your armpit. She's trying to mimic Asmund? I guess. That Asmund call method. Jesus, man.
Hugely successful show Call Her Daddy, where her
God.
entire shtick is engaging in conversations with celebrities and influencers. But instead of asking interesting questions or philosophical questions, deep and thought-provoking questions, instead she fixates almost entirely on adult relations, doing degenerate...
I broke a clavicle. Okay, but like, I feel like I would sacrifice a little bit of pain to not be stinky. I'm sorry. I know it's gonna sound kind of like weird, but I would stick a soap bar. Like if I wasn't moving my arm up, we're getting stuck on the soap thing. I'm sorry, but like I gotta get it out. I would just stick it up there, you know, like stick a soap bar up there.
Things with men, doing unkind things to men,
smell myself.
and
Ew.
whatever the hell this is.
Okay, in one of your songs, you describe your type as someone who makes 8-figure.
The podcast that did one with Kamala Harris and could break 1 million views. Well, yeah, it's because Kamala didn't talk about, you know, how stinky she is and how her feet smells and how she doesn't watch her coochie. She probably tried to talk about politics and like, I don't know, something else. I don't fucking know. I didn't watch it. So like, I don't watch that shit. That's what I'm assuming.
And is 8 inches. What other qualities do you...
I beg your fucking pardon. What? Sorry.
Songs you describe your type as someone who makes 8 figures and is 8 inches. What
8 figures and 8 inches, bro.
Other qualities do you look for in a partner?
You need minimum someone who makes 10 million? Am I retarded? That's... Am I retarded?
Somebody who has high emotional
100 million.
intelligence.
I'm retarded. It's even worse than I
No more
thought.
silence for that.
Sorry, I get jumbled in my head.
Remarkable
Ew.
stuff. Truly.
Wow, this is so cool and makes girls look really smart. I'm gonna be real. I think this is like the opposite of like Andrew Tate Chud podcasting, where they say like, "Oh, fuck women. Women are dumb. They're all just stupid and they smell bad, and all they should do is like sit in a dress and you know fucking pop out babies." It's the same shit, but like almost kind of worse because I don't think Andrew Tate talks about not washing his balls. I'm not gonna lie. Isn't he like, oh, looks vaccine, get fit? Yeah, you should smell good so you can get bitches. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of the vibe that he tried to pull at least. Like, I'm not endorsing him, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't know. Talking about your unwashed puss.
Life-changing. I think in that moment of silence, I heard my own brain cells break away and die. Apparently, this is groundbreaking stuff because Call Her Daddy is the most listened to podcast by women with around
I believe it. I believe it.
5 million weekly listeners.
And people are gonna say, oh, but Alana, no, this is propaganda. This is the CIA. Hold on. I got the perfect meme. I got the perfect fucking meme. Where is it? Chat, this isn't real. Like, this is not how it works. Like, this is not how it works. They don't, like, just replace stupid tattoo ideas with, like, dumb podcasts. This is not how it works. The CIA doesn't do that, okay? Let's get this straight. Oh shit, my VTube studio died. Yo, I pulled this up. The CIA is stopping me. Yo, my VTube studio died on my fucking phone. They're controlling my shit. I'm serious. What the fuck was that? They heard you? Yeah, they're like, yo, Alana, don't tell them your secrets.
Million with an M and weekly with a W. Phonics for Sydney, let's go! According to political reporter Elena Moore from NPR, Cooper's podcast is 70% women, with 76% of those women listeners being under the age of 35, which means that millions of young women are tuning into Cooper regularly to be told about things like this.
You, as a single woman, have the power to be completely having these romantic nights. And guess what? Even if he's not that romantic, make it romantic for yourself.
As a general rule, I
think you should take care of yourself how you want to. If you want to stay in and game or like paint your nails and feel pretty and soak in a bath, I don't think that's a bad message to send. I think the same thing goes for men. If you want to treat yourself and you want to eat a McDonald's burger and sit in your couch, or you want to do your nails, I guess some more effeminate men want to do that. Like, I don't think that's a bad message.
Try not to give life advice on this channel because what do I know? And also, I feel like I have 4 brain cells that are often operating independently of each other. But I am going to make an exception. Just
go out and get gangbanged. What? Is that what she's implying? Dude, I must be so fried. I thought she was talking about, like, being nice to yourself. Like, I don't know, doing your lashes or something. Yo, this podcast is not for me. I swear to God, this is not a bit. This is not an act. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that, like, I'm this not, like, cooked but not cooked. Does that make sense?
One time. Do not take life advice from these people, especially not from women who are mocking men doing a cute thing and coming to the airport to pick you up with the little sign or flowers or whatever.
Cool. Billy, this is the most random ick I have ever heard from anyone on the show.
All right, let's hear it.
You don't see where I'm coming from.
Actually, I can so see it though.
Just the standing there waiting. I can't bear it.
Now in hindsight.
What? The thing that has been in movies before? Standing there waiting for you with flowers? Holy shit, what?
I remember back in New York when I dated this guy.
Yeah.
He was there with like his little joggers on and he was just standing. Oh, you're gonna vomit.
I thought women thought joggers were hot because you can see you can kind of see the bulge. I thought that was like kind of yoga pants for chicks. Is that like gross now? I'm so boomed out. I don't know what's going on anymore. I think I sit out. I think I sit inside too much and I don't go outside. I actually don't know.
We're both gonna throw up.
Did he have flowers? No, because if he had
a little sign.
No. Are you kidding me? I would have turned back into TSA and gone, check me. Like, actually.
What? Having a sign waiting for you at the airport is an ick? Dude, this has gotta stop. What the fuck are we talking about?
Get me a bottle.
Unwell. By the way, drink. This has been like 4 minutes of actual torture. It feels like it's been 15.
Pass. Get me on
Look
the
at
next
this drink.
plane. Never
Unwell.
speaking to you ever
Hi,
again.
Mia. Welcome
I'm not
to
sure if I
hell.
want these women to seek help or shelter in the arms of Jesus. Don't get excited, little potatoes. I'm still an atheist. I just think these women need Christ. What makes all of it?
Dude, you need to brace yourself, Mia. Like, you and me, Shao just scolded me. Well, not scolded, but like, I didn't understand that it was a sex analogy, and I thought like treating yourself was like, you know, painting your nails or like having a nice warm bath and like eating fruit inside of your bath, you know, that type of shit. Yeah, getting an ice cream, even though you know you're gonna get fat type shit. And the chat's like, no, she's being a hoe. And I was like, what?
So much worse is that the mainstream media has picked up on Cooper's success and done two things with it. Number one, made her some authority on women's experiences and women's issues. They helped her corporatize daddy issues, more or less. And they've also effectively made...
to be fair, there are a lot of divorcees and divorcees.
Her the go-to interviewer for reasons that are inexplicable to so many of us. This was made very, very apparent recently when she hosted the 20th anniversary Hannah Montana reunion with Miley Cyrus. Well, that makes me feel unbelievably freaking old. This really should have been a very, very easy interview to do. Absolute slam dunk situation, especially since it was likely somewhat scripted and probably highly edited. Even easier still considering that Alex Cooper—
That's crazy. I remember seeing Hannah Montana on the Disney Channel.
Herself says that she is
they
a
ran
Hannah
that
Montana
shit for a long
fan.
time.
Well, all right then. But despite her popularity, Cooper's interview skills are more than lacking, shall we say. And it became pretty obvious when she didn't have her regular crass shock value to back her up. Which is kind of crazy because I do feel like we all need something or someone to back us up from time to time, especially when you're online and on the internet. Which is why today's video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN.
Fuck, I guessed wrong. I guessed wrong. Wrong
acknowledge
ad.
that the internet is getting less and less secure as time wears on. And honestly, and I do hate to
I try to guess before they do the sponsor.
say this, I think it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Everything is tracking you. Your private information is literally sold on the internet to total strangers. You can't even get onto public Wi-Fi networks without your FBI
The CIA is beaming dumb thoughts into your brain to do.
man being alerted. He is so unbelievably nosy,
Protect
and I wish he
yourself.
would get a life. Maybe you're just a humble, sweet girl who wants to access her favorite shows, but you can't because they're blocked in your country. And maybe all you want to do is just fall to your knees and cry. But don't do that, dear viewer. There's no need, because Surfshark VPN can help you. Surfshark is a virtual private network that protects your devices against viruses, malicious software, and hackers.
Hell yeah.
It also works to protect your privacy, like keeping your email secure or protecting sensitive data, such as credit card or banking information. Surfshark goes above and beyond by combining an awesome VPN with a secure search tool, an antivirus software, and data breach alert system so you know the minute that you're compromised. Surfshark
I thought that said ass. Ass.net.
protects all of your devices from the one subscription in your household, whether you're gaming or streaming or just surfing the web. In addition to that, because it's just the gift that keeps on giving, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee, which I love, and also, importantly, you can also access streaming content from other regions that may be geo-blocked for you, which makes my little millennial heart happy. It's like a modern-day LimeWire without the downloading part. So if you are ready to avoid avoid your Mr. FBI man, search on public Wi-Fi networks without any worry, and protect yourself generally online, then click the link in the description or go to surfshark.com/Sydney. And don't forget to use code Sydney at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. I promise you it is very worth it. If you go over to Instagram or TikTok or really any social media platform, you will see a bunch of people asking why Alex Cooper is there at all, why she's doing this at all, and how her interview style has more or less brought the entire thing down. And I can see why. This entire interaction gave me so much secondhand embarrassment.
The coolest perk you got to experience.
Oh, the Hannah Montana shit? Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Ooh, the coolest perk. I'm a Disney legend now, and I have Disney legend parking, and it says Disney legend when I park.
Holy fucking consumerism. Holy shit, I'm cringing out of my seat right now. Oh my god, soy pog! Soy pog!
That is clutch.
I'm
you
pogging!
Like, it says Disney legend, and I...
Oh my god, Disney legend!
Do you smile every time?
I take the pic, and I send it to everyone I know, like, don't forget. Don't forget.
So fucking cringe, holy shit.
Don't forget who you're talking to. Like, anyone...
Ah, this has gotta be fake. This has gotta be fake. They put parasites in your brain to say this.
Tries to tell me anything, it's just like Disney legend parking. It doesn't matter where I am, like any restaurant. But excuse me, where's your Disney legend parking?
They're like, babe, this is
I'm like, yeah, relax. You're at the Beverly Hilton, just chill. I know, but where's the legends only parking?
Jesus Christ, and it just doesn't stop.
Oh my god, that is...
I love the Disney legend parking.
I can tell.
That's a favorite part.
The person who filmed this clip and posted it...
I would, like, if I was the cameraman, I'd probably take a 12-gauge shotgun and put it in my mouth. And in Minecraft, I mean. I don't know, bro. How do you listen to that?
Didn't do a terrific job, but you get the idea. Her hand gestures are just so weird,
What
and
the
she's
fuck?
uncomfortably smiling the whole time. What is wrong with you? Quite frankly, the whole interview was completely bizarre, which you'd expect if it was some stuffy, boring Hollywood journalist, but not Alex Cooper. I do want to make note that I found it incredibly challenging to find clips online of this interview and of this interaction, which I find really odd
because it wasn't good, so Disney tries to hide it. They did it with, like, what is it called? The Acolyte? Didn't they take down that entire show? And I know it's a show, but, like, you'd think they wouldn't do that. But yeah, Disney does that a lot.
Given how huge this special was, and given the fact that Alex Cooper seems to have been picked out to conduct this interview because she's so super relatable, and her brand and who she is fits in with, arguably, the women who will be watching this special, you'd think that they would push it more. You'd think that it would be out there, but it's just not. Zero promotion of this. Zero. With a Z. More phonics for Sydney, which apparently is kind of necessary in a day and age where teenagers can't read, write, or spell. I also think it's incredibly funny that Miley Cyrus inadvertently called out Alex Cooper twice. Once where she said that it was creepy that Cooper moved next door to her, and then she called her out again for not remembering the lyrics to apparently her favorite Hannah Montana song.
Tai Chi practicing snowboard champion, I could fix the flat on your car. Rock star. I know this because this is Alex Cooper who hosted the Hannah 20th special. This is her favorite Hannah Montana song. And I asked her, does she actually know the lyrics to it? And she never knew that it says Tai Chi practicing snowboard champion. It's like, but that's the chorus. She's like, I never even really thought about it saying that.
Massive day for the unemployed. Everybody's soy pogging. Everyone's so... Wow, that was such critical information. I really needed to put that in my brain right there.
She does have it tattooed on her arm, so I don't know how she forgot, but...
Anyway, I think it's...
Okay, that is kind of retarded. I will give her that. Wait, how do you have something tattooed on your body and you don't... Okay, hold on. I'm a little bit on the side of the fucking Nepo baby fucking Disney legend. Yeah. Why do Floyds love this slop? Oh, it's the same thing as, like, people who buy Funko Pops. I think it's, like, on the same spectrum, in my opinion. Yeah, people who buy fucking freaking Funko Pops and Soy Pog when the newest COD comes out. It's just a different culture.
kind of an observable pattern here that Cooper's interviews
Not all
never
Funko Pops,
actually
of
make
course,
the people
are
that she's
made equal.
interviewing look any better. In fact, most clips of her that show up on social media or on Twitter particularly are viral moments where the person that she's interviewing is saying something that makes them look pathetic or ridiculous or kind of gross.
What the fuck? Why did we zoom on a guy's fucking crotch? What the fuck is this?
Like this recent segment, for example, with comedian Nikki.
What is this double standard? Like, what if the cameraman zoomed in on the woman's tits? Like, that'd be weird.
I always say her last name wrong. Glazier? I think it's Glazier. Who said that she loves it when her boyfriend cheats on her because if other women want him, then he's a quality man.
Dude, that is some NTR hentai. That is actually like unironic NTR.
I don't think that's what that means, Nikki.
I don't care if a guy has a sexual connection with a girl and like he was to use protection and just have sex with her for a night. Like, I don't.
Yo, chat. I'm cutting the cock. I'm cutting the cock and balls off. Yeah, just straight up. Sorry.
I literally wouldn't care if my husband did that. I don't know
would.
why. I don't know why.
I really would.
If he were to like watch The Wire with her or like do crossword puzzles or like text up, but like send memes and stuff, I would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay. You call this the hot.
Women and men unironically like have different. Apparently, like women and men have different types of cheating. Yeah, I feel like women are emotional cheaters and men are the physical cheaters, so she doesn't care that he's physically cheating on her. Yeah, women cheat emotionally. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's like, and again, I'm not saying all fucking women, but I'm just saying like, it's different psychology. Like the brain is wired differently for men and women in that sense. Yeah, can't share like emotional things. Can't like laugh emoji at like a text or something. Not for me though. I'd fucking cut your balls off. I'm lopping them off. Boom, instantly. Sorry, not sorry.
Husband
Just lopping them off. Gone.
Which is essentially when you want your partner to have sexual experiences with other people outside of the relationship.
Yeah.
So when did this start for you, Nikki? Let's go back.
This started with my boyfriend when I was 29. Because I really hadn't had a boyfriend before then.
Every time I go on the internet, I learn that somebody new is a cuck. I have no interest in learning this information about anyone. But I am calling it now. I bet she cheated on him first and is saying all of this stuff to alleviate whatever level of guilt she has going on. That is...
If you're with someone, okay, I don't know, bro. It's all different. People have spectrums, and like I get it. Some people like have kids, so they might like stay together because they're cheating on them. Maybe it's a one-time thing. I'm not gonna like broad brush stroke like and be like, oh well, if you're fucking staying with her because she cheated once or he cheated once, like it's all a fucking spectrum. I don't know people. I'm not omniscient, but I think like at a certain point, if you repeatedly do it, why the fuck are you with these people? Like boy or girl, like why do you fucking get abused like this?
That is my prediction.
Zero tolerance. Yeah, that's totally
to
fine.
This sort of thing on a podcast.
I'm zero tolerance too. I'm just saying.
Listen to absolutely beats the hell out of me. You could not waterboard this out of me. I have been on the internet now for quite a long time. I think about some of the personal stuff that I have said during conversations and whatever, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
And nothing I have said comes even close to this.
Yeah.
Don't forget, of course, that we had this prophetic moment with Chapel Roan about children.
All of my friends who have kids are in hell.
Oh my god. She should go on Reddit on r/kidfree. Holy shit, yes. She would get so many updates.
I don't know anyone. I actually don't know anyone who's like happy and has children at this age. I have
so then they're bad parents because they don't love their kids because they're not happy with their children. Me when I lie? No, I'm sure there are people that are unhappy with kids, but then they don't love their kids. That's so not good. That's so sad. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying this doesn't exist, but like, That means you hate your children. Shouldn't your children make you so happy that, like, even if you're broke, like, this is a story from, like, a friend of mine from a long time ago. She said, like, they were broke as fuck, but her parents would buy her Christmas gifts, at least 2 of them, even though they were fucking broke as fuck. They would save up that money. They would get them, like, I don't know, the fucking newest Barbie doll or whatever the fuck. And them having that and the kid opening the Christmas present made them so happy that it didn't matter that they were fucking broke. Maybe the dad couldn't afford a pack of cigarettes, or the mom couldn't fucking go to the hairdresser or whatever the fuck. That's the whole point, right? Even if you're broke and you're sad, like, you're seeing your kid happy, that's the whole point. I'm sure that other people can relate to that. I'm not fucking stupid. Like, she was a lesbian, so surely she's unbiased about kids, right? That's what's crazy to me. I've met gay people that are nice to kids, man. I've met them. And by the way, before people are like, oh yeah, of course, like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's not like
3-year-old,
that.
4 and under, 5 and under. I literally have not met anyone who's happy, anyone who has like light in their eyes, anyone who has slept.
I honestly hope that she doesn't.
Yeah, because they're children. You will get to sleep eventually. It sucks.
Have children, largely because they'd be in constant danger of having her security sicked on them. Only very, very online people will get that joke, and I don't want to explain it for the rest of you.
I think she's just miserable. It's fucking pathetic.
Have Google and a brain. Don't use mine. I think it is pretty safe to say that if you appear on Call Her Daddy, you're just not going to look as good coming out as you did going in. And I mean, no one seems to survive Cooper's degeneracy. Not even Hilary Duff, who is very beloved on the internet for not being a problem child, but she even went on the show and talked about not wanting her husband initially because he was nice and she needed chaos.
You thought it was like almost.
Well, she's probably a fucking schizophrenic and in Hollywood who was abused, and she was a child star. Wasn't Hilary Duff a child star? So she had a really horrible connection psychologically to like needing chaos all the time. I don't know. I need more yeah, she was also on drugs and shit. Like those kinds of people. And by the way, there's normal people like that. It's not just Hollywood. There's kids out there who need to feel fear, to feel nervous, to feel unrestful, because if they are feeling normal, that's like anxiety inducing to them. I know this is gonna sound crazy to like people who like grew up with like, you know, normal, you know, childhoods, but that's like actually like a thing with people and not just like Hollywood.
Red flag that he was too nice.
I think I was just like not ready to accept all of that yet. I was like coming out of that like a long relationship, a divorce, like I was
I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't fucking care about normie celebrity whatever the fuck, right? But I feel like maybe this is a little bit picked out of context. Yeah, I don't know.
Chaotic.
Yeah.
I think I needed some chaos first.
Yes. Meeting a nice guy that's actually going to treat you well. You're like, wait, can you pause for 2 seconds?
I think she's reframing it. I don't know. Maybe they're both retarded. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm trying to be reasonable and this is just dumb.
Shit together and I'll come back.
Yeah.
And
it's
definitely
reversible.
not
Yeah,
Kamala
for sure.
Harris, whose clip I'm not going to play for you because I am not looking to die of cringe today. But no matter which episode of Call Her Daddy or which interview she's part of, you start to learn that Cooper...
No one has a normal childhood shared, sure, normal, nah. Yeah, they do. They don't get abused by their parents or have actual abuse done to them. I know there's people out there that live their life and they don't understand what people go through that have normal childhoods. I know. I think there are people just that have normal childhoods. Sure. And by the way, I'm not talking about like, oh, you got yelled at by your parents or you saw your parents fighting. That's not the same thing as like actually getting abused by a family or something. Or like, you know, outside forces. It could be school or anything. I'm not trying to discredit that. It's just like, you know. Yeah, like...
is really a one-trick pony. If the pony's only trick was talking about what other ponies do with their vaginas. My fear is genuinely how much impact all of this rhetoric is having on young women and directly relating to how they relate to men, not only men, but also the world, honestly. The funny part is, while it's always been crass and kind of gross, Call Her Daddy used to at least be entertaining because it didn't take taboo subjects too seriously. The podcast started out as a duo between two friends and roommates, Alex Cooper and Sophia Franklin. The pair created the podcast in 2018 with the intent to break down taboo topics with the same kind of locker room talk and carefree vulgarity as men. The podcast became big enough and successful enough that even Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports picked them up, and from there, Call Her Daddy became a massive, massive success. However, and there's always a however, due to a messy bout of contract negotiations, Sophia ended up leaving and starting her own solo show.
See, I don't really understand this because, like, maybe I sound like a fucking prude again, but, like, I don't get this, like, wanting to be male locker room talking about blasting your vagina with, like, you know, a toy or whatever the fuck. I feel like that's not, it's not equivocal to, like, guys joking about, like, you know, jerking off or something. I just think it's like two separate worlds, and I think one trying to emulate the other is just fucking weird. Men don't do that. Well, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm not a man. I'm trying to, like, equate to it, but, like, okay, hold on. This is the perfect analogy. When a girl farts, it's gross, but when a guy farts, it's funny. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you guys understand what I'm putting down? Girls can't fart. I mean, not all farts are funny. You're not understanding it. You're not understanding what I'm saying. You guys aren't. Some people aren't understanding what I'm saying. I'll leave it at that. Girls farting is gross, and then, like, when a guy does it, it's like haha lol xd. You know.
Show. Apparently the fallout was not remotely amicable, which I feel like is fairly obvious for anybody with eyeballs. I think that we could easily deduce that, even with very little information. Sophia told the outlet Rolling Stone that Cooper effectively stabbed her in the back for fame and fortune, and she was so devastated from the loss of her business, her success, and the betrayal of her friend that she had to move back home and recoup. Now, operating all by herself, Cooper is still trying to push this dynamic that she had with Sophia Franklin, but instead of doing it with a partner that makes it funny and daring.
Yeah, it's just a random celebrity. That's, like, the problem with some of these podcasts that try to act like a celebrity is their friend. Yeah.
They work off
it's
of
not
each
the
other.
same dynamic.
Cooper is trying to make her guest play the part of the co-degenerate, if you will. What honestly makes this much worse is that Cooper's lack of interview skills kind of forces her to effectively simper at the feet of every celebrity who sits in the room with her. She uses all of the, you know, colloquial Gen Z language to communicate about how she's their biggest fan, which also means that she has to continually validate every horrible thing that they say. This results in Cooper effectively creating a subculture of validating and promoting treating men like rubbish while being an irresponsible lady.
Yeah, it's just Andrew Tate, but for normie girls. Yeah, it's just a void to, you know, do that shit.
Of the night.
Jesus, trauma dump. Holy fucking shit, dude. I'm trying to have an honest heart-to-heart, and someone just starts trauma dumping in chat about their dad beating them. Holy fuck, man. Chill the fuck out.
Is that somebody's 18-year-old daughter is listening to this.
It's not the place,
and taking
man.
cues from it. And I kind of feel bad for dads these days. Are you guys okay? How are you holding up? You can talk to me. I will listen. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, the questions being posed by Alex Cooper don't really have any substance to them. But I guess that's kind of a given because that would actually require thoughtful consideration or, you know, meaningful.
No, but it farms money, and that's all that matters to them. They saw the equation. It happens with almost every podcast. You gotta farm it in order to make money. It's a business. At that point, Alex Cooper and Joe Rogan and Andrew Tate, they're a massive company, and they just have to make money. And all the other podcasts. I don't know. I only watch, like, Caleb Hammer and, like, fucking maybe every once in a while I'll watch, like, one Joe Rogan podcast. Like, there's some interesting ones with that scientist lady, Asian lady. That was kind of interesting.
Introspection. And I just don't think this is a person who has it in her. I mean, she tells us that she has other things in her, but thoughtful questions are not one of them. It would probably also require her, and also her guest, to stop saying like after every second.
That's tough. I do that a lot. I do apologize.
Word.
I feel like I say
like. Attempt to, in my everyday speech, not say the words like or or
I try.
or you know, or any other filler phrases
You
that
know what
make
I'm
things
saying?
more
You know what I'm
challenging.
saying?
Sometimes
Like,
I say like
type
in
shit.
these videos to make them more colloquial, but I judge myself when I'm editing, and guess what? This has been such a hard video to make because these clips are so hard to observe and listen to, because I hate when people say like after every other word. Develop better speech. Anyway, by all
It's
accounts,
hard.
Alex Cooper is
It's
about as
hard.
deep as a gym floor shower and just as disgusting. This is why Call Her Daddy will never have anything real to chew on, and the most you'll get is Cooper asking awkward questions such as why and how Hailey Bieber has sex with Justin Bieber and what that's like.
Do people care about that?
Walk me through step by
I don't care about anybody having sex, bro. What?
step
Huh?
your sex with Justin Bieber.
Oh my
I
god.
was gonna try to be so straight faced that you were like,
serious.
this
Yeah.
girl's a fucking psycho. No, I was wondering, did anyone ever ask you about your sex life?
No, actually.
Yeah, because normal people don't do that.
We're the first ones over here.
Oh my god. How do you have sex? What position do you take? Does he like fuck your butt or something?
I don't think
Are
so.
you a morning or night sex people?
Oh my I think my blood pressure is probably like 200 over like fucking 100 or some shit. This is who fucking does that? Who? I sound like a fucking owl. Who has this shit?
This kind of skin deep, no pun intended, type of conversation can be fun for a little giggle or two, but ultimately
Yeah,
it kind of
sure,
sets a
whatever you're
stage
saying.
where Koopa has to continually one-up herself and get more and more outrageous with what she asks.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yep.
And how she
Yep,
interacts with her guests in an effort to keep people on their toes. So if you're going to ask disgusting questions on a long enough timeline, those questions are going to get worse and worse and worse. And this leads me to quite a fun clip where
like
she
Bonnie
effectively
Blue, bro.
tells her audience
Yeah.
to give it up on the first date if that's what they desire to do. We really, really do live in 11 dimensions of hell.
I've had so many dates where like I had great first date kisses and I was like, oh my God, I'm never calling you, but oh, who doesn't love a makeout? Like makeouts are so fun, okay? And so kiss them the first date, sleep with them the first night. Like I don't care. You have to go based on what feels good to your body and what feels right to you.
This is such horrible advice for women and
Again, you jump from kissing to fucking, like, just boom.
such a slap in the face to both
Damn.
men and women
All
that
right.
I'm actually kind of wondering if this girl is a manosphere plant. Promiscuity, particularly on the level that Alex Cooper and her ilk are
Manosphere
pushing,
plant?
is really quite
No.
bad for women, not for only the obvious reasons like unwanted pregnancy or diseases and whatnot, but also on a psychological level. I think it's psychologically damaging for us to act like gardening implements that begin with the letter H. Women tend to produce significantly more oxytocin than men during adult relations, which is also known as the bonding hormone. How nice. This is
Yeah.
great in a committed relationship, but the kind of fun times that Alex Cooper promotes, the solitude and the lack of bond, causes something of a crash, resulting in emptiness, shame, and then depression.
Yeah, oxytocin that is released during sex makes you bond with the partner, and oxytocin is an extremely powerful chemical that we can also synthesize and we give to people when they're in extreme pain. Yeah, when you override that and you constantly fucking dopamine dump, like let's assume you're not having sex with just one person, you're having sex with multiple people, you start like basically detaching yourself. It's like a thing.
This is why studies have consistently shown that
Women crash harder. I don't think there's a bias to gender. I think men and women, even if you have a lot of sex as a man, with different girls or different boys. I don't fucking care. But like you start detaching yourself. It doesn't mean anything to you anymore. It's kind of like gorging yourself on lots of McDonald's every single day, 3 times a day. You're eventually, it's just gonna feel like slop to you. It's just matter that you put in your mouth. Because food does give you like, it's not the same as sex, but it's definitely like, you derive pleasure from it through your brain. Because, you know, if, you know, not eating equals die, right? So, yeah, it's what your brain does.
And wrestle with guilt far more than men do after casual hookups. I don't want to get too deep into my personal experiences and feelings about a lot of this stuff because it's no one's dang business, but
that's true.
I think that a lot of the time women are fed this idea that this type of behavior is liberating and that we can behave just like men and that these constraints are just a social construct. But no, I think the reality is that we're built differently. And
well, yeah, you're the one that gets pregnant and has to carry a baby for 9 months unless you abort it, and then people would argue that abortion is also very traumatizing to some women. I'm just putting it out there. I know, sensitive topic, but like, you know, abortion's not exactly a super fun activity.
We relate to physicalness differently, and this I think is a lesson that a lot of us learn as we get older and we find, you know, the loves of our lives and the people we want to be with, and we realize that there's a really big difference between casual interactions, casual whatever, and being with someone that you deeply love. What I'm describing with the oxytocin and the negative feelings and all this type of thing is sort of written into our genetic code, and it's going to take a hell of a lot more than one.
Yeah, you've been evolved for millions of years to pick out, like, preferably at least one mate that you pair with forever. There are a few species in the animal kingdom that basically pair for life, and I feel like if you tried to change those animals, they would not be happy about it. And I think that's kind of the same thing that's happening with humans. And then people would be like, oh, well, humans are a lot smarter than some fucking seagull that lives on the cliffs of Norway or some shit. Yeah, swans or penguins. There's like a couple of other ones. I don't know. There's like a few. I can't name it on the top of my head, but it's not important. But like, I think like trying to fight your biology in that sense can result in like not so fantastic psychological or physiological responses. Or elephants. Yeah, don't elephants, like, they mate for life, and if one of them dies, like, it's just kind of over for them? Yeah, like, try to tell an elephant, yeah, just go pair with someone. Yeah, they can't do it.
Podcaster or several podcasters.
That's a problem with like zoos, I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
Case to undermine that and completely override it. I don't know. I'm sort of grossed out by a lot of this. I'm sort of grossed out by the idea of convincing women to forego millions of years of evolution. It's not my favorite. Anyway, if you've been around this channel long enough, you will know that I think that men and women are equally culpable in a lot of ways in a lot of different areas. But Koopa is only contributing to what I can best describe as a sex crisis. In her quest to promote meaningless sex and using men, she's actually helping solidify the resolve of men leaving the dating game, and women also kind of leaving the dating game if they don't want to behave like this. Literally just this week, I saw two pieces.
Yeah, basically nobody wants to date anymore or have sex. Yep. That's what happens.
This is in the news.
I think with like humans as smart as they are now and how we've evolved as human beings, as Homo sapiens, I think we have an accelerated adaptation to like external forces as opposed to like, you know, an animal's environment changes. It takes like generations upon generations to like basically see the effects of something. Usually.
One that said that Gen Z men are the least likely to have sex, and young teenage boys are leaving the dating scene altogether for AI companions, which honestly just fills me with a lot of dread. Which is not great. There's not a lot of great things to say about that last one.
No, it's not fun.
Yikes. I want to add, because I do think it's quite relevant, that Cooper is also sponsored by the dating app Tinder, which is ironically contributing to the dating crisis.
Yeah, Tinder is so amazing. You want to pay $200 for the Diamond Tinder subscription so you can get more swipes?
Has made dating...
Tinder used to be free, by the way. Completely free. Yeah. Let that sink in. And shitification.
Even weirder and harder for both men and women for totally different reasons. I could make an entire video all on its own about how bad dating apps are and yada yada yada, and actually, you know what? I just might do that, if that's of interest to any of you. But I do think it's crazy work that Alex Cooper is partnered with, you know, a dating app that does promote promiscuity, even if it is unintentionally. This is just sort of what these apps inevitably give us. And she's over here promoting this same narrative and advice and whatnot as well. I think that's kind of crazy. It makes total sense why they've teamed up, but it's just...
Gotta farm.
Anyway, all of this to say, Alex Cooper is absolutely not somebody that anyone should be taking life advice from like this. Not about intimate activities, not about relationships.
I don't think you have to take advice from anybody about fucking having sex or... I don't know, man. It's also fucking complicated and convoluted, but you definitely shouldn't take it from someone that literally asks some random celebrity, do you guys have sex in the morning or sex at night? Like, that's so hot. I want to, like, think about it. It's like, what the fuck?
It's not about anything concerning relations between both
you
sexes.
Sex addict?
And definitely don't ask her how to conduct an interview, because her way of doing it is single-handedly turning me into a massive prude. It takes a little bit of effort to make me blush, and listening to a lot of Alex Cooper's clips, I was just like... I think the corporatization, the monetization of daddy issues, of promiscuity, of doing things that I think are contrary to having happy, healthy relationships is bad, regardless of who it comes from, whether that's men or women. But it's so interesting and really quite sad that one of the biggest podcasters in the world is a woman who tells women to do things that are antithetical, at least in my view, to having happy, healthy relationships.
There's plenty of fucking podcasters and people that do the same fucking shit, dude. They all just want money and clout and validation. I think with girls, there's more of a consensus for validation, so... It's just how girls are built. They're more inclined because they're more agreeable. They're more psychologically, like, diplomatic. They want to make people happy because that's how things get moving. Stubbornness is an inherently, like, more male trait. And fighting, like testosterone, that's argumentativeness. That's called being an argumentative person. And I guess, like, for like the millennia that fucking humans have been around, it's kind of hard to, like, get that out of you. It really is. I'm not saying that there aren't women that are, like, sociopathic or they can behave like men. They can, absolutely. But, like, that's just, like, a minority. I would say, like, the vast majority is like that.
There is always going to be someone out there with a saucy story to tell,
Nasty
or a spicy story.
maxing.
We're always going to be interested in the cheeky experiences of other people, and there is a level of that that's cathartic to listen to someone say something that you've experienced, that you've thought about, a naughty thing that you've done, whatever.
So
There's
gross.
a level to that that's completely fine, but I think that Alex Cooper and her ilk completely transcend that. I feel about Alex Cooper...
Or like that woman that was, I think it was on Joe Rogan, she was talking about, like, how she needs to consume corn that's, like, really extreme, where she gets like beaten and stuff and, like, feels pain. And I'm, like, thinking to myself, like, shouldn't you feel shame at that point? Like, I don't know, girl or boy, if you're on a podcast or whatever the fuck and you get clipped saying that, shouldn't you just feel kind of, like, embarrassed that you said that? I don't know, maybe bring back shame.
How I feel about a lot of the manosphere podcasters who say things that are just deeply unhelpful and drive women and men apart. And I think that Alex Cooper, with the reach that she has, should be so much more responsible with the things that she's putting out into the world.
Yeah, but being responsible doesn't make money. That's why gambling and doing, you know, sex work makes a lot of money. It's why clip farming is a lot, like, you can get a lot of attention. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't get clipped because I feel like I don't want to say outrageous things for money. I just say things that I actually fucking think. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, yeah, obviously I get clipped, like, haha, it's funny. But it's not, I don't know. It's, like, not all the fucking time. Yeah? What do you mean it's been 3 years? I don't know.
As long as the money is good and it's green and it's coming down the pipeline at a rate of knots, she's obviously not going to stop doing what she's doing, and women, for whatever crazy reason, are not going to stop tuning in. In the end, as much as I don't like the tit-for-tat of the gender wars conversations, I do think that Alex Cooper is responsible for putting so much yuckiness out into the world, and my hope is that maybe somewhere, somehow, someone else will come along, knock her off her perch, and present better ideas to women about how to go about dating, relationships, and even friendships. I would love to see a change of pace on the—
Normal content doesn't give clout, doesn't get clipped. They're gonna keep doing it because she makes $60 million a month. Is it $60 million a month, or is it 60 million players? I don't even know. Like, however the fuck much money she makes more than all of us probably combined in chat. Like, let alone, like, most people. Annual income? 5 million views a month or something? No. It's not 5 million views a month. I think it's 60 million views a month or something.
This issue, because as far as I can tell, Spotify, it's not getting any better anytime soon, and that doesn't make me feel so great about the trajectory of society. But dads and mums, I promise things will be okay. It's all gonna be okay. I need to finish this video on a happy note. So there's your happy note. It's going to be okay.
I'm so happy.
On that happy and pleasant note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder, check out Surfshark VPN using the link in the description. VPNs are becoming so much more important as time wears on, as we get so much more online. And so if you don't have a VPN, or you'd like to swap to a better company, absolutely check Surfshark out.
I used to use Tunnel Bear.
Now I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? I'm a little scared. Do you think, similarly to me, that Alex Cooper is objectively bad for women when it comes to her advice and the things that she has to say? Do you think that she's fine and people are just gonna be interested in adult relations because it's salacious and people like hearing about it? Do you think that her interviewing style is not so great and she just sort of gets people to say horrendous things that never make them look particularly good? Do you think that
they feed into the idea that women do this because of glowies? That they're plants, man.
Thinking about it too deeply, and actually it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. This is just what entertainment is today. Do you think that we need better role models for both men and women? And what do you generally make of this issue overall?
Yes.
As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here and you're not subscribed already and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving this video a like and a comment, because I do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback. Like how you guys called me out in my last video for the way that I pronounced Mary J. Blige, not Bilge. I can't read. Like I always say, my wonderful little chickadee people, I hope you stay safe and well and make good choices, and I will see your beautiful little faces in the next video.
Do grown adults need role models? Well, she said that they basically farm, you know, daddy issues, I'm sure, because the divorce rate is really high all over the world, and particularly in the West. Yeah. That's why some men go to the army.